Good afternoon. My name is Hannah Hardy. I teach first grade here at Rocky Ridge Elementary School. Thank you for being here. And we are going to do a faculty staff climate survey presentation. Okay, so first off, we need to find out what school climate means. So it is just a lot of these pictures, how we can incorporate that into our school. We need our kiddos to be allowed to fail and grow and not be nervous to fail. We need a voice for everyone, so for all of us here at the school, the kiddos and us, and that's everybody, not just the teachers, the staff, the custodians, the lunchroom staff, the office staff, everybody here that makes a difference at the school. A mission for individual goals and needs, not to be negative, and to be a safe place. So engaging work for everyone. So that's overall pretty much what a school climate is and what this is about. How everybody interacts with everyone, how everyone feels when they're at school, when they go home from school, just their idea about how they feel about their workplace, and for the kiddos that are here. Quick agenda, I won't take up much of your time. The purpose of today's presentation we'll talk about in a second. Our goals and purpose of a survey. I have a paper copy of the one and a digital version of it here in a second of a survey that was given to 10 of the faculty and staff here at Rocky Ridge. We're going to review the survey, what was on it briefly, and some of the logistics, the demographics of the people that participated in the survey, and then the results of the data. So I took all the data, analyzed it, saw any trends, and then also I discussed some implications of the data. Implications are things that could have made it better for the next time, and we'll talk about that in a second also. And then you'll have an opportunity to ask questions or give a comment in just a minute. Okay, purpose and goals of the survey was to get an idea of the climate within the school, how we all feel about each other. I touched on that briefly already. The survey was also so that we could analyze the results and make a plan, see trends of things that may not be working out so great, things that are working out great, and then look for trends among the data, implications of the data, and then make strategies to progress forward and make things better for the school. So we always want to see what we could do better, make an idea to improve, and then hopefully get there. And this is just a digital version. I will give you a hard copy of it too so you can see what our faculty and staff was asked to answer and look at. On one side is just the demographics. So the participants were not asked to give us their name, but all other factors that thank you, could help us with the data, including their role at the school, how many years they've been here, total years that you've been working, period, in a school or a district, what grade, gender, male or female. And then on the back side, we have our survey, and they're grouped in 3 different categories. This was the first page, digital version. I'll flip over to the next one up here too. So 3 categories, mainly this first category up here was, and this one too, about how you feel about the school. So I will not read all of these, but is there graffiti at the school? Do I feel safe walking from my car to my school building and vice versa? Do the kids feel safe? Is there violence? Do I feel like I shouldn't tell a parent about any negative things happening in the classroom because they're going to hurt me? Basically, all the things about how you feel. And the second part was how you feel about the people that you work with. So again, the first part was people outside the school and things about the school building in general. Second part was your experiences working at the school with administration, other teachers, how you are supported with teaching or whatever your role may be at the school. All of those things are in here. And it's all of the questions were rated from strongly disagree all the way to strongly agree. So the next thing we will do is get into the logistics. I gave it to 10 employees at Rocky Ridge, and those employees ranged, it was not just teachers. We had first grade teachers, we'll get to that in a second of who all we had. Participants included a mix of faculty and staff. We had some of our healthcare staff on board. It was given in a written format, so it was not digitally, it was those papers that I just gave you. It was hand delivered to maintain credibility, so I gave it to the person. They took it and then they gave it right back to me, so we know that that person was taking the survey. I know in the past with other surveys, sometimes an implication could be that if you give it digitally, if you send it out in an email, people could be filling out surveys that don't actually work at the school or go to the school, and it could not be accurate data. And it was given and received in the same day. So we should be accurate. These are some of the demographics, we had teachers, we had paraprofessional instructional aides, and then we had a school nurse. And this just tells if they were male or female. We actually had no males participate, so we'll get to that in a little while on implications. We should have probably had some males to make it more accurate representation of the data. But we had teachers, paraprofessional aides, and school nurse. 10 people total. Oh, and this just means that all the teachers that took it, 5 teachers, they were all female. 4 paraprofessionals, all female, and then 1 school nurse, female. Okay, and the experience for these survey participants, we have it numbered and also in percentage with just 10 people. So 1 person was here in this category with 11 to 15 years, and then so forth. You can see 4, the majority had less than a year of experience, and then orange, 1 to 5 years, we had 3, 1 in the 10% of 6 to 10 years, and then 1 with 16 to 20 years of experience. So a little bit of a variety, but mostly in that less than a year category. Same with age. We had 26 to 35 was our major participant section. Then we had 2, 1, 1, and 2, but most of it was over here in the 26 to 35. But still tried to get a range of ages. And for the survey results, I did not want to put in every single question and go through. That would have been a lot. So I tried to put it into perspective of what the questions were asking. So several of them were about how they feel supported by admin, and then I grouped those together. Students are served well at the school, grouped those together. Do I feel safe was grouped together, and that was several questions in there also about safety. That wasn't just one question. Staff to staff rapport, how do we get along with staff, and how do you feel about your school? I did want to point out that the green is strongly agree, and then this next color, it looks kind of brown, was agree. So we actually had no disagrees or no strongly disagrees across the board on any of them. So all of these are either strongly agree or agree. So even though it looks a little far apart, they're still really good results of how we feel about our school. Okay, so an identified area of growth that we saw was staff to staff report, and I'll go back and we can see that. I picked this one right here to talk about because most of them, all of the other ones had more strongly agrees, whereas this one was all on the agree side, or there wasn't as many, it was half and half. So 5 said agree, 5 said strongly agree. So I took that and tried to decide how we could move forward. Why do we think it's an issue? Ways to improve. And we did have a culture climate meeting with the whole school representation board. And some of those ideas were to have after school dinners, to where we can all just meet and talk and do things together. School breakfast, we actually had that this morning. That was one of the ideas where the staff signs up for that. And then themed Thursdays. So wear workout outfits on Thursdays, wear other things on Thursdays, all the things. That was just a few of the ideas from the culture climate meeting that they talked about. And then implications we briefly talked about earlier. We should have had more male participation. That would have increased our data. Higher number of staff participation. We only had 10 people, and there's approximately like 60, 70 people that work here. So 10% really doesn't give us an accurate representation of how it is at the school, so that data could be better. And then a wider variety of grade level representation. So all of the grades teachers, the teachers in those categories were all first grade teachers. So we should have had a better variety of grades because this school serves pre-K to 5th grade. And then also a wider variety of staff representation across the school. So I could have included admin, the SROs, the cafeteria staff, everybody that has a hand in the school. Those are some of the things that could have made it better. So now I'll give you an opportunity to, if you have any ideas or any questions, or as employees of the school, do you have any ideas of how we could make our staff to staff report better?
Well, I think some of the suggestions were great.
Okay.
I've been at other schools and they have done dinner nights, which are really fun when you all get together out of the school atmosphere, you know, and have just for real talk with one another, and maybe get to know people that you're not around all the time at the school, because a lot of us are stuck in certain areas and don't move around, so that's a great opportunity to meet everybody and learn from everybody.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Well, on behalf of Jacksonville State University, thank you so much for coming, and I hope you have a great day.